Hi, I just wanted to give the instructions here for the mollusk reproduction illustrations. So, learning intention, we're learning about how organisms reproduce so we can understand the best ways to make sure they exist to support the ecosystem in the future. Again, most of the ways that we interact with mollusks tend to be as a food source, but they are also an important part of many aquatic ecosystems, so they can be important in that regard too. Success criteria, I'll be successful when I can create illustrations of reproduction in different groups of mollusks and I can compare the methods of reproduction between different groups of mollusks. So you will be illustrating reproduction found in different classes in the phylum Mollusca. We'll be covering three different ones. You can create boxes based on the suggestions from the instructions to help separate each step of each type of reproduction, kind of like panels of a comic. So just a sequence of boxes going left to right. Make sure to add the labels, which are underlined in the instructions, to help you know what the technical names are for different structures or life stages. Basically, if it's something that's a little bit more complicated, not part of everyday language, we'll usually ask for a label. Make sure to also write your answers for the reflection questions after completing your illustrations. So, for example, if we look here at gastropoda reproduction, so again, this would be the group that includes snails and slugs. Some parts will be pretty common knowledge. So, like the first box says, just draw two adult snails. So, again, think in your mind, just general idea of what a snail looks like. You can do that. But if there's a more technical drawing, for example, here on the fourth box, we said draw a trochophore larva and label it trochophore larva. So, again, technical terminology here and a very specific life stage. There will be a link that should redirect you here to a picture. So you can take a look at that one. Again, that gives you an idea of what that particular life stage looks like. So you can use those for reference as you're drawing through it. So you'll do the steps listed for gastropoda reproduction, bivalvia reproduction. Again, your bivalves are like your clams and mussels, oysters, and then cephalopoda reproduction. So things like octopus and squid here at the very end. And then you've got a couple of reflection questions. Answer the following questions based on your observations from the previous illustrations. What did you notice that was similar about the reproduction of all the example mollusks? And what did you notice that was different about the reproduction with each of the example mollusks? So just look for, some common trends and some things that were a little different between them. Just remember to keep in mind, most folks do this on paper, but you're welcome to use a digital program if you prefer, as long as it is an original illustration of your own. So I hope you have some fun with this. Again, drawing kind of helps our memory as far as using another sense to sort of explore this. So I hope that you find this to be an interesting activity, help you learn about reproduction in mollusks.